Hi, everyone. I think I had the wrong link.
Okay, we should be live.
All right, good evening, everyone. The meeting of the board is now called to order at 7:08 p.m. Before we begin tonight's meeting, I would ask everybody to please turn off all electronic devices during the meeting and please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved, Carla.
Second, Chris.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we're going to go right into our recognition of our scheduled visitors. We have an update on our capital construction project, and I am going to turn it over to John Robinson.
Good evening, everybody. First want to introduce you to Sarah Gambino, who is an assistant project manager with Campus Construction Management that we have been able to bring over to assist us with our heavy lift here over the summer. If you will remember, the work for phase 3 will begin here in the next couple of weeks at the high school. With the start on the work of the art classrooms. And then this summer, we'll be extremely busy with work occurring at the high school with the science classrooms and music classroom, at the middle school in the gymnasium, and then all of the work at JTWA will take place this summer, along with all the remaining site work between the middle school and the high school will also occur this summer. I will share my screen. We have a PowerPoint to go through. Sarah, don't forget to unmute yourself.
Got it.
All right.
John, are you going to the beginning of it?
I will.
Okay.
You won't see in the first slide there. I'm sorry.
No, we see the picture of the carpet installation at the odd.
Okay. Still nothing, Sarah?
No.
Your screen's not being shared right now, John.
Okay.
Still nothing.
We did practice earlier today.
Yeah, I know, of course.
Ju-
I apologize, everyone. This is, okay, let's try this again.
Okay, we see your screen. Alrighty. Okay, so I will start off by saying thank you, John. And I'm excited to be joining this team. So I'll jump right into the capital improvement project, starting with the high school phase 2. So during the month of December, we completed the indoor track, which turned out really nice. I really hope there's someone on here who hasn't seen it yet, so we can show you because I'm really excited. At the addition, we've completed the installation of the doors and the windows at the exterior. And then on the interior, we have drywall being finished and also the second coat of paint being applied in some areas. We also have floors and wall tile being installed. And finally, we've pretty much buttoned up the pipe and ductwork installation. So it's very exciting to see the finishes being installed. Here we have the indoor track at the high school. This photo shows the track all ground down and ready for the new one to be installed. And you can kind of see the dark blue it was. And then here's the gray, the finished product. So it looks much better and matches the school colors. And here's a panoramic of the entire gym, which looks really nice. Okay, moving on to the addition. This would be the main entrance. You can't see the main entry doors because of the dumpster, but you can see that the brickwork is now complete and the windows are in place. And this would be the main entrance canopy getting boarded up, ready for the storefront glass. This is the south side of the building, leading into the restrooms, which are the doors on the right there. And then the boarded up window would be the concession stand. So what we're showing in this picture is the completion of the doors and then also the metal ceiling panels that are completed. Here's a close-up of the windows. I know there's a few pieces of glass missing, but they have since been installed. Alrighty, and here we are showing the metal stud soffits at the ceiling. Just to give you an idea of where we are in the building. This is the main lobby, and we're facing the main entrance, which is the boarded up area on the right. And then on the left there's a restroom door and then an open window to the concession stand. Here we're showing you some ceiling grid. You can see the pipe above are all insulated, and then there's ductwork going on up there. Again, here's the main lobby, ceiling grid and soffits. And then after ceiling grid comes drywall, which in this picture, the drywall you can see is being finished.
Those two doors that you see there are the two doors leading to the gymnasium as well.
Yes, thank you. And then here you can see the main lobby soffit is completely drywalled, starting to come together. Some drywall finishing going on in the boys' locker room. This is. And then in the girls' locker room. So this is the second floor weight room. This gentleman is applying a roll-on product to ensure the floor is watertight and has no moisture in it. Moisture would ruin the VCT once it's installed, which you'll see in the next photo. And here's the VCT all installed in the same room. It's a pretty big space, very nice. All right, and this is on the second floor corridor, looking towards the existing high school. You can see all the wall tile has been installed. It's a very modern look. I'm definitely a fan. And this is one of the restrooms on the first floor. The floor and wall tile have been installed. All right, and we're going to get into some photos that are a little less exciting, but we're showing the installation of sanitary piping and electrical conduit in the ceiling here.
As unexciting as it is, all of those pipes have been checked to make sure that we don't have any leaks, and that's the last thing that you would want leaking in the new addition, which would be our sanitary piping.
Yes. And this is the wood shop. You can see all the ductwork. Some of it's painted there.
All of the white ductwork that you see there are part of the dust collection system for the wood shop there. Similar to what was installed at the middle school, we have a larger dust collection system that goes into the wood shop here at the high school.
Yes. And here again, picture of the wood shop showing the ductwork and then some new lights that were installed. Not to confuse you with the lights that are lit up. Those are temporary lights, but what I'm showing you is the thin, narrow fixtures hanging there on the ceiling. And finally, I really like this picture. It shows the ductwork, some of it before it's painted. There's a lot going on in this wood shop, but I love the industrial look. This is all we have for the high school. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. Moving on to the middle school, not a whole lot going on over here during the month of December. We did get the secure entry doors and hardware completed. And then of course at the auditorium, we have the seats installed and carpet as well. And then the auditorium lighting, theatrical lighting, and the sound system work is still ongoing. So I believe last time we showed the auditorium, the seats and carpet were completely demoed, but now you can see as of last month, the seats are completely installed along with the carpet. And this is looking from the back of the aud down one of the center aisles. Again, this is one of the aisles. You can see where it looks kind of green on the floor. That's the glue that they roll down, and then the carpet's installed on top. Here's the center aisle completely installed. And finally, the balcony. It's much different than it was before. Okay, now I'll provide a brief update on phases 3 and 4, and John, please chime in whenever. So as you all know, at the beginning of this month, we awarded the contracts for phase 3, which by the way, came in very favorable. There's lots of competition, which is great. So I'm very excited for this phase to begin, which is actually coming up very quickly here at the beginning of February. And then we are scheduled to complete next year in August, right before the beginning of school.
Yeah, so actually in the high school, we will start to install some temporary walls similar to what we did in phase 1 around the administration building. So we starting the work on the art classrooms on the first floor. That work will continue through July, August of this year. And then we have a good amount of summer work that's going to take place with the start of some science classrooms, along with, I believe, one music classroom, the orchestra room. And then we continue again with science classrooms from from July through December, turn those spaces over. And then in January of 2022, I believe we take the auditorium and work on that space through July, August, and turn back over to the district. And we would be complete with the high school in August of 2022.
Okay, and finally, phase 4. So Young and Wright has started their design development documents for the 3 elementary schools. And of course, we will be working right along with them, providing you with schedule updates, estimates, and more along the way. The bid opening is scheduled for September of this year, and we will award contracts in October. And then start of construction will be November of this year, lasting for about a year, and is scheduled to be complete in November of 22. So that's all I have. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask. Again, thank you for listening, and I'm excited to be a part of your team.
Is it just me, or does it seem like this is flying by to anybody else? Doesn't it just seem like just yesterday we approved this project and now we're talking about phase 4 already? This is just really impressive to me, the speed with which this project has moved along. Looks
It's
great.
crazy seeing the progress over 1 week, let alone an entire month. It's like, oh my gosh, I thought this happened like 2 months ago. It's only been a month.
Yeah, it is. And we have some really good contractors. We campus, along with Young and Wright, can't take any credit at all for the work that they do. We do manage them, but we have been fortunate here in phase 2 and in phase 3. We were able to award the site work contract to the same site work contractor that was in phase 2, along with in phase 1. The general trades contractor who we have for phase 2 is also in for phase 3, and we have 3 new mechanical, electrical, and plumbing contractors. It is really an advantage for contractors who are here on site, mobilized, that have personnel here that are able just to continue with the next phase of work. We're hoping that we have the same, outcome results in phase 4. The timing behind phase 4, we really need to make sure that we are bidding this year in September, August, September, with a plan that we have 12 months to complete those 3 remaining elementary schools. We haven't quite hammered down yet if which work will take place over the summers, but I think with the 3 elementaries, it's probably just a little bit too much work that we would need to get completed during the summer. That some of that work will hopefully start November, December of this year, and as we move towards that, we will start to plan with those principles and figure out what spaces we cannot get, and of course, that site work at any of those buildings would take place over the summer. Anyone have any questions in regards to the capital project?
No, but I will add, if anybody has not been inside the middle school in the last 2 months, you need to go see it. I took my son for COVID testing and Charlie showed me around. It is really, the office is spectacular. Everything's just about done on the interior side. You wouldn't recognize it.
Yeah, we are really looking forward to the auditorium being complete. Unfortunately, some of the manufacturers that are supplying some of the electrical, lighting, and sound system were actually affected by COVID and their plants shutting down. which is really why we have a delay in turning the auditorium over. So we've actually learned a little lesson there as we move towards the high school auditorium. Some of the items that are being selected by the architect and the engineers or plants that were shut down, that were delayed. So just as Bill said, the main office looks great. The secure lobby looks fantastic. The finishes that are there. And we can't wait to have the auditorium completed there at the middle school for you all to take a look at that space.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, John. Does anybody else have any other questions?
No, thank you.
No, everything looks great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, so moving on, may I have a motion to approve the items contained in the consent agenda?
So
Kathleen-
moved, Carla.
Oh, I'll second Kathleen.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed? Under new business, may I have a motion to approve the Smart Schools Bond Act Plan Number 3 technology proposal to be submitted to the New York State Education Department?
So moved, Bill.
Second, Carla.
Any discussion?
Do we have any update on timeline for that? When we're looking to receive that technology? When I know there was a chance we maybe weren't going to be able to implement it until late in the spring. Is there any more news on that, or is it still kind of where we are?
We have to get approval on the project first and then orders. So it'll be a ways out depending how long it takes them to approve the project. But we're still waiting on our money from last year. But we'll go ahead and purchase anyway and put it, submit for reimbursement. We won't hold it up.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, and I was going to mention that in my board and my superintendent report, and we're hoping that come September, October, hopefully the computers will be in and imaged and ready to go.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? May I have a motion to authorize the Board of Education to participate in the virtual National School Board Association 2021 Annual Conference and Exposition and authorize any related expenditures?
So moved, Carla.
Second, Kathleen.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? May I have a motion to authorize the Superintendent of Schools to participate in the 2021 NAFIS Spring Virtual Conference on March 15th to 17th, 2021, and authorize any related expenditures?
So moved, Carla.
Second, Bill.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Under personnel, may I have a motion to approve the coaching appointments for the 2021 winter sports season? The applicable stipends are based on an anticipated 7-week winter sports season. Stipends will be prorated if the season is shortened or discontinued for reasons related to COVID-19 and in accordance with the directive and guidance from state and local authorities.
So moved, Carla.
Second, Chris.
Any discussion?
So these are the normal stipends, but we're going to prorate those based on the stipends listed are for the full season, but we're going to prorate those. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? May I have a motion to accept with regret the resignation for the purpose of retirement of Vicki Davis from her laborer position effective January 19th, 2021?
So moved, Carla.
Second, Cindy.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Under discussion, first up, we have our agenda items for the February 2nd, 2021 work session. We have our principal discussion with Mr. Rydell, and we will start our budget discussions. Anybody right now have anything they'd like to add to that agenda? No?
No.
Okay. We do not have our student representative with us tonight. She said there's not a whole lot going on, and I guess she has a concussion, and so we hope she's feeling better.
Oh, dear. Poor thing.
Board of Education committee reports. Anyone have anything?
Finance Academy just met. We'll be ready to move forward with our dual raffle fundraisers we have in place. Instead of our basketball tournament, we have one that is a cash raffle. You're going to give us your cash, and then maybe we'll give a little bit of it back to you, that kind of thing. And then the second one is going to be a Facebook raffle. So everyone with Facebook, add the Business Academy. If not, we'll be coming to find you. Items going to go up for raffle on Facebook. There'll be a limited number of spots available for X amount of dollars. We're trying to stick with the basketball theme. So we have like Sweet 16, 16 different prizes. There's some really good stuff. There's like Ring cameras, iPad minis, different kinds of packages. So we'll have more information on that coming soon. Very exciting.
Thank you. Anyone else? No? ECASB?
Yeah, so we had delegate assembly on this past Thursday. There's really not much new to report. The only thing is literally every district again, I think I said this last time, but every district again is pretty much in the exact same boat we are right now with the testing and the virtual and the hybrid. So yeah, that's really about it.
Thank you, Chris. Anyone else? Board member roundtable?
Family Support Center is going to be holding a version of their Family Fun Walk this year, April 17th. It's going to be a little bit modified. You can walk from home, still a chicken dinner, but there'll be more to come on that as well.
Thank you, Kathleen. Anybody have anything else?
I don't know if it's the right time, but Carla and I participated in the first round of the committee meetings for the new playgrounds at the elementary school. So very preliminary, exciting. The options are neat, so more to come on that. But that process is now starting as far as getting this, the administration involved at each school and kind of come up with the framework we want to deploy as much universal as possible. So more to come on that, but that has started.
Thank you. Anyone else? All righty. Calendar items. Not much, guys. Anybody have anything they don't see listed?
There are an awful lot of webinars going on, and especially starting at the beginning of February. There's one for the budget, the state of New York, by Harris Beach, I think. There's another one on there's so many. I think I'm doing like 4 of them. Oh, Rick Timms is having one. He's doing one with ECSB. So that if you see them and you want to, they're all virtual. So if you have the time and you can jump in, that'd be great. Just throw that out there.
Thank you, Carla.
Oh, and the NSBA conference is also going to be virtual this year in April.
Mhm.
Around, and you want to again jump into that one. That you can do it right from home. So the one that NSBA did was great because you didn't have to be at your computer at the moment they were doing it. You could jump on later and see something that you wanted to see later on because they left it up till the end of December. So it was great. You didn't have to miss anything. So
Yeah.
I'm expecting that NSBA is going to do the same thing. So if you want to get in on it, it's available. You have to
Great.
just tell Christine.
Thank you. Anyone have anyone else? Anything else? All right, our superintendent's report.
Hey, so I want to talk a little bit about COVID testing. So today we tested staff members again. We usually do it on Mondays, but with yesterday being Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we tested staff members. We had 100% negative test, right around 54, 55 people. That's pretty much our 10%. We are going to be testing students next Monday, again at the middle school, and really want to give a shout out to Mrs. Clark and the whole nursing staff and the custodial staff over at the middle school for just doing a great job having everything ready. It really is very seamless and it goes very well. So hopefully we'll keep on that trend of 100% negative test results when we're testing. So that's a good sign. In terms of meals, the district and Debbie Becker's group since September have delivered or prepared 27,670 breakfast and 28,393 lunches. So we always have pickup on Mondays from 3:30 until 6 at the middle school, except when we have Monday off because of a holiday. Then we do the Tuesday. So as you have probably heard my superintendent robocall about picking up the meals, you're probably getting sick of hearing me, but I do that every week, and we will look at what we're going to be doing for the February break. In the past, he's been able to prepare enough meals to hold people over for the whole week until we come back. So they're doing a really, really great job. Kindergarten kindergarten registration is going to be coming up soon. Believe it or not, we're going to have an ad in the Penny Saver on Friday, March 5th. Nancy Clemens, who's one of our teachers that works with the Seneca Nation and us as a liaison, and Christine Starks, the administrator, is going to have registration forms and hopefully have a table over at the ECLC in February break to be able to register families from the nation. The students that are currently in UPK will be screened April 26th, 28th, and 29th. Incoming students will be screened at Hoy on May 3rd, 10th, and 17th. And if we have any students that were remote for UPK or coming in later, we will take care of screening those children when we start school again in September. And hopefully by then we'll be able to have everybody back in school in some kind of an semblance of normalcy. Hopefully, we'll see. Fingers crossed. So we have an opportunity for students that were 100% remote to come back hybrid. Elementary students were sent letters to let parents know that they can come back on February 23rd. So we have a February 1st return date for those letters. So the principals are gathering those letters. The letters already went out for the middle and high school because they're going to be able to come back to school at the end of this month when the second semester starts. So far, we have 24 students returning 2 days a week at the high school. Now, the date in terms of returning the letter has been closed at the high school and middle school. But I believe that the principals still might be talking with parents that have questions. At that time, it would be just an issue of deciding how we're going to have transportation happen, in terms of getting kids back in. So it takes a lot of work for that to happen. Perry and the transportation staff have been really amazing in terms of doing the routing that they need to have to be able to have our kids come to school. And we do have obviously quite a few parents still transporting the kids. But hopefully we'll have even more kids in the building and less kids at home 5 days a week. That's it for now.
Thank you, Charlie.
Oh, sorry, athletics. Boys varsity swim and modified swim started today. We have, I believe the coach said there's 12 boys on the team right now. And I didn't get a number on the number of kids that are modified. The nice thing about modified is that it's co-ed. So there's both girls and boys participating in modified. Thanks.
Thank you, Charlie. All right, we will now recognize unscheduled visitors who would like to address the board. Similar to our regular meetings, the board may not respond to comments or questions at this time as it is not intended to be a question and answer period. This portion of the agenda is a courtesy to the community, so they have the opportunity to bring matters to the board's attention. Due to tonight's meeting being held remotely, we requested that members of the community submit any comments or questions in advance to an email address that we set up to receive public comment. We did not receive any emails for tonight's public comment. So with that being said, may I have a motion to go into executive session to discuss the employment history of particular individuals and to discuss collective negotiations. No action will be taken during executive session.
So moved, Bill.
Carla?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay, I'm going